name is Kaseem. Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about RSI, and we're also going to talk about momentum indicator. RSI helps you gauge when a stock is oversold and also when it's overbought. And momentum indicator also help you trying to navigate what's the momentum in the stock. What are people doing? Are people selling? Are people buying? What is the feel of the stock? What's the momentum? Which direction is the stock going in? So I'm going to show you how you can add the indicator, the momentum indicator, into the chart that we've been building so far. I'm going to show you how you can add it to it and how we can help make your trading a little bit better. As you know, with this series, this is my episode 7. This is episode 7 right now. This is episode 7. This video that you're watching is episode 7. I urge you to go and watch all the previous videos. I'm going through step by step of how to build a systematic chart that you can use with trading that is just systematic. You don't really have to stress much about too many things. You just like, things happen, you take the trade. Things don't happen, you don't take the trade. So that's the way that I like to trade, and that's how I have my trading setup. So let's get into it. Before we get into it, there's one more thing I want to talk about. This video onwards, it's more like for intermediate level to like advanced level when it comes to trading. If it's easier for you to just stick with what we've done so far, I urge you to stick with it. I think that's episode 5. If you get up to episode 5 and you lesson 5, and you like that setup, just stick with it and just use it. If you want to make the chart a little bit better, that you would know when certain things is happening. I urge you to keep on watching, but like, this is for intermediate levels, level to advanced level. So yeah, let's get into it, and let's add some of these tools, and we'll just go from there. Welcome back, everybody. As you can see, this is where we left off on lesson 6. And we've covered all the stuff so far. Go start from lesson 1 if you're new to the channel and this is the first time that you're watching this video. I have a playlist. It's called TD Ameritrade Technical Analysis Playlist. Go watch that playlist. You will understand every single thing. If you're seeing this video for the first time, you're probably going to be confused. You won't know what this is. So I urge you to just go and watch the playlist. It will be a lot better for you to just go and check out the playlist before we get into the next couple of things that we're going to talk about here. Now, certainly you can trade with this. Like I said in the previous videos, you can trade with this. The basic idea is when this arrow, like this yellow arrow, when it comes up, that will usually signify that most likely the stock price will keep on going up. So that would usually signify that, and you see that's what happened. The stock price just kept on going up, came down a little bit here, and kept on going up. Now we have multiple indicators here. This is the volume indicator, and it also shows us the average volume of this particular stock, which is QQQ. The average volume of it is this line, this yellow line right here. That's the average volume. So when the stock spike higher than that, usually that will signify that there's a high volume on that particular candle. So it could be selling off more in the future, or it could be going up more in the future. So that's the same thing that pretty much happened right here. You see, when this arrow signified that, okay, it looks like we're going up, right? The TT squeeze, as you can see on the yellow side right here, I'm going to explain the TT squeeze more. There's going to be an episode on just the TT squeeze itself, or a lesson on just the TT squeeze itself. So usually when this signal, right, when the yellow sign here, the yellow MACD histogram crossover, when that signal, and then we have once that signal, right, once that signal, the yellow signal, and then the EMA, the 5 EMA, which is this yellow line, it's right on top. Once it's right on top, and then we go down and look at the volume, you see that this is a selling volume. So you might not want to get into a call trade from here, but our indicators are showing us that most likely it's going up. So what you want to do is wait until the volume picks up. So like somewhere like here, right here, it has a high volume, this one too. So anywhere between this two in the two areas right here, that's where you want to get in and take a long trade. And then what the TT squeeze does, this indicator right here, TT squeeze, what it does is it helps you stay in the trade a little bit longer, just a bit longer, so you can take the whole of the trade. You don't have to be going in and out of trades. You want to be able to take 1 or 2 trades, and you're able to take advantage of the entire movement that the stock has to give you. So please go back to the previous videos and watch how I have all this stuff set up. I'm gonna link the playlist in the cards, and I'm also gonna link like previous lessons that you can quickly go check out, and also a playlist so you can go check that out. Now let's get into what we trying to do here today, right? We're trying to add two more indicators. This is for the advanced people. We're trying to add 2 more indicators, which would be RSI and momentum indicator. So in order to do that, you're going to click on edit studies, as always. You're going to click on edit studies, and then once you get to edit studies here, you're going to scroll down, and then on this side you're going to type in RSI. It will come up, double tap it, it shows it right here. That's the RSI. The next thing, that the other indicator that we also need the momentum indicator right here. Momentum indicator right here. So you're gonna double tap that as well. So now we have both of them. Then if this thing will move down, okay. So now we have both of them. But what we want to do is I want to show you what it looks like, what it would look like initially. But we don't want to have the settings. We want our chart to be pretty easy to use. So we don't want to have that settings. We want to use a different settings. But once we hit apply here, we'll see what will come up. So you go ahead and hit apply and hit OK, right? So once we do that, what we're gonna see here is these two. This one right here, this is the RSI, and then right at the bottom here, this is the momentum indicator. But I don't use it like this because it really gets a little bit confusing, right? So we don't really need to use this. And plus, the RSI sometimes it really is a lagging indicator. It really is a lagging indicator that can keep you losing money, pretty much. I personally don't like to use it in this form, and I'll show you how I like to use it. At the same time too, the momentum indicator, I don't like to use it in this form. These two indicators are great. Let me show you how I put it together now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to edit studies again, right up here, edit studies. And then what we want to do is you want to scroll down, and then you want to move the RSI right here, right next to where the TT squeeze is, and then you want to move the momentum as well. You want to move it right here. So you want to have everything right above. Let's hit apply and see what would happen again. So what I did was I hit apply, and then I hit OK. And it shows up here. Now, with the RSI, this yellow line right here, this is the top part. Usually when the stock gets above it, it means most likely it's overbought at the top. And at the bottom here, this bottom line right here, at the bottom right here, it means it's oversold. So usually, let's say here you take a trade here, right up here you take a trade, you take a trade up here and you keep watching it, keep watching it, keep watching it. The RSI, which is this lighter one right here, this lighter one is the RSI indicator, is already telling you that the stock is overbought, but it kept on going up, came down a little, and then kept on going up, came down a little, and kept on going up. So I personally don't like to use this, put this RSI indicator on the charts. So I like to take it off. So I would go to edit study again, and then go to RSI right here, go to RSI, and then what you want to do is you just want to take off the whole thing and hit OK and hit apply. Right, once you hit apply, it will look something like this, and you can also hit OK. Now we have something that is a little bit more easier to see. Now we have the TT squeeze right here. This is the multicolored one, the multicolored ones that we have here. We have the zero line, which is this gray line right here. That's called the zero line. That's the neutral line. So when the stock is right up on that line, it's usually just flat. And then we have the momentum indicator right up here. Okay, we have the momentum indicator there. So let me show you how I like to have this arranged so it's easier for everybody. So TT squeeze is on top, momentum indicator right next to that, and then I would have the RSI at the bottom here. Okay, usually for the momentum indicator, I can leave, I'll leave the zero line on just for this, just for the illustration. I'll leave that on, but I usually would take it off. Let me just see here. Let me see if I can just take that off, and then make this 2. So this is the momentum indicator. The changes that I'm making to it is untick this 2, untick those, make this 2, right? Make that 2, and then make this, you can make it whatever color that you want by keeping that light blue color. Then you hit apply. When you do that, what you just did is to show this right on top of the TT squeeze, right? And the way that I like to use this is, remember, I have 2 indicators that we're talking about here. We're talking about the RSI, which is this 2 line right here. It shows the top and the bottom of the movement in price. I remember RSI is called relative strength indicator. Yeah, relative strength indicator. And the momentum is just called momentum. The momentum in a stock is when the stock, you're gauging the movement in the stock, the feel of the stock. Is the stock going up, or is it trending upwards, or is trending downwards, right? Okay, so let me now take another example here. How do we use this stuff? How do we use this so it can make sense for us with our trading, right? So the way that I use this is, again, I usually will start from the chart, because everything starts from the chart. If the chart, the actual chart itself indicates, let me show you guys right here. If the chart itself, like, we start from this point right here. We start from this point. If the chart itself indicates, like, so you see this yellow arrow, that usually says that most likely the stock is going up in price, right? So that's the first thing that I look at. The second thing that I look at is this EMA right here. That's the number 2 thing that I look at. I look at the yellow EMA. I want it to be above the chart, right? You want it to be above the chart. And then what you can also do is you also just take a glance and look at the momentum indicator, this bluish line right here. You look at it and see where it is. If it's above the 0 line, which is this gray one, if it's above the 0 line, most likely the stock will be trending upwards. Now, looking at the TT squeeze as well, remember, you want to buy calls right at the top here or right here. That's where you want to buy calls. And then if you want to buy puts, it would be right at the bottom here. But you see, that's why I use multiple indicators, because sometimes, for example, at this point, let me take that off. So like at this point right here, at this point you see the red indicator showed up. That's the crossover. The red MACD histogram crossover showed up, telling us that most likely the stock is going to fall in the future, right? So that's our first indicator. The second indicator is the EMA right here. The EMA is very, very important. If the EMA is below the actual chart, is below the chart, if the EMA is below it, and then you just look down and see what the momentum is doing, you see the momentum is also pushing downwards at that point. So like at this point, you see this has already indicated the yellow is at the bottom. That's indicated. And then you look at the volume on it. The volume is red and below average, right? It's red and below average. That's okay. But the volume is red. That's what we want. That means people are selling it. And then you look at the momentum. The momentum is pushing downwards. So once the momentum goes below the zero line, most likely you can end up taking a short trade, right? You can take a short trade right here. Usually you should be good with the trade. So you see how the TT squeeze is fading off, and then the momentum is pointing downwards. So this kind of a situation here is usually a good signal to sell the stock, to buy puts, to sell the stock, betting that most likely the stock will go down in the future. So that's pretty much it. And looking at the RSI with this one now, how I like to use it, the RSI is this line right here. Relative strength index is this two line, that one, and then there's a bottom one right here. There's a bottom one. So the way that I like to use it is usually let's say you take a trade here and you're betting that the stock will go up. So at this point, right, it was indicating that it was touching the oversold section, which is obviously past the 70 percentile here. So usually for RSI, that's oversold. And then we look at the TT squeeze. It's still telling us to stay in the trade, stay in the trade, stay in the trade, stay in the trade, even though our momentum kept on coming down and going up, coming down and going up, you know. So usually what I would do is this kind of a thing, you just keep an eye on the TT squeeze and just keep an eye on the general direction of the stock. And obviously you're looking at the moving averages. If the moving averages are pointing upwards, most likely the stock is going up. So that is that. And then here, this is where I was explaining just a few moments ago. You see the momentum indicator, how it's sloping downwards, and then right up here we'll see the indicator right up here telling us that most likely the stock is going to go down. And then as you see, it kept on going down, and we see the divergence here, like it's going down, and then it kept on going down more. So that's how I use this. These tools together are absolutely amazing to use. I highly recommend them. Watch this video multiple times, because just like with anything new for the eye to see, when something is new, the eye is always confused, the brain is always confused, so you have to watch it multiple times. And if you don't understand what I'm doing, just go back and check my other videos. I have a playlist which I have in the cards. You can check out the cards. I have a playlist that explains absolutely everything, how to use the stuff. Like, look at this one now. Look at this. When this show signified that it's going down, look at what happened. You know, everything just pushed down right here. So this is really good information that I'm giving you guys here. I'm building a systematic way of trading. That's exactly what I'm doing here. So let me see if I would take this off, see what that would be like if that would take off the zero line. Okay, no, that didn't take off the zero line. I'll keep this back on. I'm trying to see how I can take off the zero line. Okay, zero line right there. and then take that off. Okay, apply. Okay, zero line, take it off. Okay, apply. Boom. Okay, so the zero line is out. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it with this video. I don't think there's anything to it. The momentum indicator usually, just as you can see, when the stock stop going up, the momentum indicator is right above the zero line. This line right here is called the zero line. It's right above it, and then as soon as it start pointing upwards, the stock started going up, volume started coming in. And as I talk about with the volume, you can see this kind of like U shape here. So that's the kind of thing that you wanna look out for using the volume. You see like a U shape. That usually signifies that there's, after the stock has been going down, there's a U shape indicator that's showing that most likely the volume is kind of trending upwards slowly, right? And then the momentum show that it's trending upwards, and the RSI in this case just helps show you where the highest price of the stock has been and where the lowest price of the stock has been. So that's pretty much it with this video. Let's go to the next section. I hope you learned something from that video. My goal with the video is for me to show you how I use the RSI, relative strength index, and also how I use the momentum indicator. That helps me in terms of my trading. It really helps me in terms of, okay, where do I need to be in the trade? Do I need to get out of the trade? So yeah, I hope you've learned something. Please like and subscribe. Please stick around. I have a lot more helpful videos coming. This is a video series that I'm doing. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I still have a lot of topics to cover. I have VWAP to cover. I have what's the other topic? I have a couple more topic. Level 2, reading the tape. You know, I have a lot more stuff to still cover. So stick around, subscribe. Please support the channel by subscribing, and also tap that like button for me, because that's how I get paid with YouTube. You know, I don't have a big audience, but so please tap that like button for me and also subscribe. Until next time, enjoy and have a good day. Love you all. Bye. See you later.